Okay, welcome back. So in this video, I will be querying the files that are in my data lake. And I've already created a resource group. I have a resource group. So the first thing is we have to look at the Azure Site Studio. Forgive my pronunciations. So anywhere you see this symbol, it's your sign-up studio. So first things first, if you don't see your resource, just refresh the page if you've created one actually. So yeah, so open the sign-up studio because this is the interface through which we're going to query the files. And this time around, because we are querying the files in the data lake, we'll be using the Spark code. And for this video, I'll be using Python, and I can, do an SQL one after. So, and we come to data so that we can locate our data, and linked services, because with every resource group created, you get a data lake storage created with it, linked with it. So, and the Azure Data Lake Storage is a cloud-based storage that houses both structured and unstructured data. So what does that mean? It means it can house documents, it can house structured data like tables, and can house JSON files that are semi-structured, and can also house unstructured data, maybe from social media, like your videos, and all of those things. And the data lake storage is built on Azure Blob Storage, which is the binary. Blob is an acronym for binary large objects. Yeah. So, and it's a data lake. So what that basically means is it accepts any type of data. The good thing about the data lake is you can use it to store data as it's coming into the Azure platform, and you can also, when you transform your data, you can actually store it back even in the data lake. So it's in a way it's a very huge solution for organizations. So yeah, so I'm opening my resource, and then here opening the files to see what is inside. So I have two folders. The first folder is the sales folder. The sales folder is the folder that I'll be working with, and the data set belongs to Microsoft. I have not created my own data set. Disclaimer, I know. And then signups, the signups folder actually is for the Azure Signups analytics platform. Yeah, let's leave it at that. So the sales, open the sales to view, in the sales folder I have the orders folder. Then open the orders folder to see the files that are in there. So if you notice that with each click, this change it responds to the format that comes up here. Now I have 3 files containing data for 3 years. So I'll start with my 2019. Is already highlighted because I want to use Python as my programming language. I'll come here, a new notebook, and I have to load to data frame. Yeah, because when you say Python, you say data frame. I mean df.display, df.select, df. So if you're familiar with Python, you already know Python and data frame are like 5 and 6. Load to data frame. Click on this. Now it comes up with a pop-up and it says, please select a Spark pool to attach before running cell. All right, no problem. I will select the Spark pool. And the first thing I will do is come here, and as I'm going to select my Apache Spark pool. And this Spark pool was created when my resource group was created, because your resource group, it comes with your built-in serverless SQL pool, comes with an Apache Spark pool, comes with a data explorer that you can provision, comes with the opportunity to provision a dedicated SQL pool as well, and it comes with a signups pool. So I'm attaching it to my Spark pool. And you can change the language here, but for now I'm doing Python. Okay, and the moment you notice that it auto generates a code for you, that's a good thing about this platform. Doesn't mean you can use your own code. Of course you can use your own code, but this auto generates a code. Isn't that just awesome? So you can edit it and then do whatever you want with it. So what this basically tells us is the file is in a CSV format, and it is CSV means comma delimited, meaning that the data in the file are separated by commas. Yeah. So the next thing is I've told it, okay, load 10 lines. Let me run the cell. Now the thing with this is, because it's the first set of codes I'm running, it may take some time to run this Apache Spark session, but subsequent codes would not take this long. So, but because it's the first one, it may take some time. So we'll just have to wait a bit to see. May take even up to a minute or more. But yeah, but that's it. So remembering, it's just remember that we're just querying the files. So I'm just going to see what is inside the files, and I'll be using Python to display it. And I also hope to get to the point where I get to use the chat in the Synapse Studio to explore, see how to play with data and all of that. Why is it saying ready when it's not ready? 44 seconds. I'll give it 14 seconds more. If it doesn't come up with my data, I'm going to stop this video, and when it boots, then I'll start a new video. But anyway, so that's it. So the data lake, basically, it's a huge solution. Oh, job execution in progress. Okay, Spark 2 executors and 8 cores. So basically, it distributes the processing of the query across the cores. So that makes it really fast. So here we have, there is my table and the opportunity to do a chart. Yeah, it doesn't look like much now, but how do we do a chart when my headers are like C0, C1, C2? This is not the header that I want. So what do? I can actually create a structure for my header, what I want the column headers to look like. But at least this gives us an overview of our data. And remember, it's a data lake, so it can house all kinds. It can house all kinds of data. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on code, and I'm going to try to define my structure, tell it how I want my schema to look, and tell it what I want the name of my column headers to be and their data types. So with that, the first thing I'll do is tell Spark the language that I still wanted to use. So this is forcing Spark to use Python for me. That's number one. Then from Spark, with codes, practice makes perfect. So you literally have to practice from Spark. Yeah. Give me SQL.types. SQL type is a CSV anyway. Import those for me because I need them. Import all, and from that again I want the functions .sql .functions import. Yeah. Hey, the red line is, I'm always excited when the red line goes. So the name of my folder is order, and let me give with order schema equals to struct type. That's the type of the structure type that I want. Struct type. Give me struct type. Yeah. I love the autocomplete. It keeps you on track. Yeah, and I want my square brackets, then open it up. Struct field, look at the indents indents. So struct field basically means for each of the fields as we go, this is what I want you to do to it. So struct field, the first one is yeah, that definitely is the sales order number. Sales order number, and for my sales order number, I would want the type. The type should be a string type. Yes, string type. Open close bracket, and I put a comma here. So in order for this to be faster, I'm just going to copy this and edit. I want to waste time. Yeah. So this is sales order line number for the next, and that should be integer type. The next is struct field. Should be dates, other dates, other date, and that should be date time. The next should be struct field. Okay, that's customer's name, the name of my customers, the name of our customers, customer name, and that should be string type, correct? String type. Don't imagine my customers will be having integers. Customer name. The next should be, after customer name, email. And emails, of course, will be string type. You know, the beauty of Python of this is the fact that if it were to be SQL, I'll be specifying varchar and the number of varchar and integer, int type, and if it's big int or small int, and you know, so to some extent that is why I prefer Python for things like this. But if it were to be, Python is like, is more general, you know, string type. It doesn't say, oh, at least for the Spark code. So, but if it were to be SQL, but then again, SQL takes top spot in my heart anyway. So I love my SQL anytime, any day. Right. For the next field after email, I've got the product type. So let me just use type, and type is a string type as well. Doesn't look like integer or floats to me. And my next field will be quantity, I guess. Quantity, and quantity is integer, as you can see, is the whole number. Quantity, integer type. And the next field will be this should be price. Price is decimal, so it's float. And the next should be struct field. I love the struct field. What should I call it? Okay, let's this is tax. Oh, it looks like a percentage. It actually looks like it's less than 10%, so that should be tax. Float type because it's decimal. And yeah, and again, because I want to see my schema when it's done. I wanted to display it, so I'm going to go and copy my df read here. I can't be bothered having to write all that code, sorry. If it's been written, I might as well just copy it. Come on, let me copy you, please. Thank you. I don't want to stress. So Ctrl V, format. So I wanted to display my schema, not just the CSV. So I'll just put a comma here. Yeah, schema is not none. Schema equals to, look at that. It just gave me my order schema. Yay! Let's see. Schema equals to order schema, and okay, I think I should move this down because now it's beginning to, I want to see order schema, and then I can close my bracket here. Then I also want, let me come up and copy my display. Control copy. I wanted to display, can it display 100? Can you display 100, please? Display. Okay, I wish I knew. No. I'm thinking it might throw an error, but anyway, let me run it first. Yeah, syntax error. Can you imagine? At least it was being honest. All right. Oh, look at that. Now I can play with the data. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Now, if you notice there's a chart here. Yeah, we can work with that at the moment. You can change it, but series group, no, I can't work with that. Let me actually try and see group by type, aggregating over all results, apply. Let me see. Sometimes you just need to play with these things, and he's still not giving me what I want. Oh, because the key is sales order number. Oh, value sales. No, I don't want that. So I'm just playing with it basically. Remove, apply. I don't want the key. The key is supposed to be quantity, supposed to be type, I guess. Remove that. Remove sales order number. Apply. Hey, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Yes, I love it. And yeah, so this is, take a screenshot, capture that, and just leave it for now. Okay, so close that. Okay, what if, let me do some additional playing with it. I've already done that. It looks good. It looks beautiful. I love it. It's just, and also this does not, it's also good to note that this particular chart here is just for superficial exploration. It does not give exploration at any level of depth at all. You have limited number of charts, you have limited things you can do, but yeah, but at least it just gives you an overview of your data, which is good. Yeah, so, and you can actually use this to make decisions. Maybe, okay, you want to create already calculated measures at the on analytical level, maybe calculated measures, so that people can just use those measures in their reports outside of the Azure platform. So you can use this to make such decisions, but it just gives you an overview, no deep analysis at all. Let me go further to play with this. So what I want to do with this is, let me try doing some aggregation. So let me comment it out and say play with aggregates. It's a comment here. Don't play with it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is let me do product sales. I really don't have to, but I want to. df dot select, yeah, and item, my string, oh no, sorry, the category item is like when you're writing a select statement in SQL, and you're telling it, okay, select item, select quantity, and select item. Okay, I'm coming. Don't let me get distracted. Group by, let me group it by item. That will be group by item, yes. Then I want the sum. I want the sum, then group by item and give me the sum. And can you display product sales, please? Display product sales. So basically what I'm telling it to do is to group the item by group the item by quantity, like group the categories and count the number of quantities, sum all the quantities together and give me in a table, so it would display them. Okay, trace back. Where is the problem? df.select item. What did they say it is? Columns, return data frame, JDF, age 15. No, I don't want the name. Quantity. Dot group by item dot sum, then display product sales. Why do I have an issue? Product sales equals to df select. Okay, it is on this line. The issue is on this line. Let's see. In row, did I define item? Oh, item is not defined. I defined sales order line number. Let me check my table. Oh, item is not. Where did I get item from? Should be type. Type, not item. Yay! So chat, look at that beauty. Not so different from this beauty. Yeah, so we've come to the end of my video for Python. I'm sorry it's so long, but yeah, it's all good. So thank you for joining me. The next one would be, so before we go, I can publish this. Publishing it saves it. Publishing, gathering your new changes. Yeah. I know that. Publishing complete. Yeah, so if I come to my develop script, I should see it here. Yeah, this was empty before, so I can actually rename it. Don't close it. Rename. I can rename it to what should I call it? Should it be Python trial? Querying with Python. Querying with Python. Okay. So it saves it. So thank you for staying with me.